Guys, welcome. In this video I'm going to show you how to use a while loop to do polling. In other words, we'll just continually ask for user input and then we'll keep the window open and accept input, process output, accept input, process output, and so on. Okay, so make a templated project as we've done before. I'll paste some code that I have prepared. Let's go to the code here. So first you're going to say while and then true, and this here is the key bit of code, while true. In other words, this will run always and always and always, because the word true, as you can see, is blue. It represents a Boolean value. Boolean variables are of the type true or false. So remember, a while loop checks at the top whether the condition is true. Well, the word true is always true, so this loop will always run. Alright, so that's the meaning of that single line. Now, within this, you're going to type console.writeLine, and then you'll say here, enter string to format. Okay. And then you'll say string s equals, and then console.read line, close with a semicolon. Then you'll say if, and then you'll say here s.length is greater than 0. There we are. Simple enough. We'll say string first equals, and now what we'll do is extract the first character from the string. Okay, assuming of course there's a character like a real letter there, right? Because you could have a blank, but you know, for our purposes, we're assuming the string has a certain format already. So s.substring and then 0, 1. Now remember, this notation indicates begin at index 0 and go one character from index 0. So in other words, it says grab the first character, then to upper, and convert it to uppercase. Then you're going to say string rest equals s.substring and then 1, comma. So remember, this does not mean one character, or this means from index 1, which remember it really means the second character. Then you'll say s.length and then -1 and then dot to lower. Okay? Why do you have to have the minus? Well, if you don't have the minus, think about it. You're starting from index 1, which is the second character. Okay? And then if you had this without the -1 here, then if you went from s, from the index 1, which is the second character, the whole length, that would put you beyond the length of the string, because you are beginning from the second character and you're adding the whole length. That's going to put you beyond the length of the string. So to compensate, you do -1. Okay, there you go. Alright, so, and that's going to be converted to lowercase. So once we have done, we're going to say here console and then writeLine, like this. And now we'll display some useful information. So you'll say your string formatted is shown below, close with a semicolon. So this is something for the user to see. And then you'll show the string, so console.writeLine. And now you'll say here first dot plus rest, close with a semicolon. Remember, in this context, plus means add two strings together. Keep in mind that in general, symbols have no inherent meaning besides the meaning that we choose to assign to them. Okay, so the system assigns the meaning of adding two strings together with this addition symbol. It's going to, as I'm sure you remember from previous videos, it's called concatenation. All right, next you're going to say console.writeLine, and then you're going to do this. You're going to say here press enter to clear the screen or continue below. There you go. So we'll have two options. Now, what if somebody inputs something? In other words, if s.length is not more than 0, how do we handle that? Well, you're gonna say else, and then here I'll say console.clear and then close with a semicolon as follows. All right, let me delete this code. That's it. So this will clear the console. If you have your mouse over it, it clearly says it clears the console buffer and corresponding console window of display information. That's what's going away, the display. Alright, so that's that. Great. Now, let's take a look at this in action. So debug, and start without debugging the first time. Okay, so enter string to format. So here what I have to do is, this is my fault. Let me fix that to right line so it moves the cursor down. Let's do that again. Okay, so enter string to format. So we'll say this is the best day of our lives, and hit enter, and it says your string formatted is shown below. This is the best day of our lives. As you can see, as I move the cursor across the string, it clearly looks formatted as we might expect it to look. So the first character is capitalized and the rest of it, as you can see, is lowercase. And it says press enter to clear or continue below. If I hit enter, you see it does clear it, so console.clear is cold, right? It actually does clear the console, and then you can do it again, right? Just this is, you know, here just put in some grade, hit enter, and notice it says this is grade, so it's been formatted. What if you want to not clear the screen now but just continue below? You can do that too, okay? So that's what it means to say enter to clear or continue below. So to continue below, you can just say, you know, here, hello. We'll go with something stereotypical like world, right? You see, your string formatted is shown below. Press enter to clear or continue below. If I hit enter, you see it clears it. And so on, you see? So, simple enough. Alright, you know, of course adjustments can be made, improvements, but I don't want this video to be, you know, forever and ever. Now, to make this more vivid, imagine I remove the -1, and you can go build and let's go debug rather. Give it a sec. Okay, start without debugging, and I'll show you what kind of error can be generated. Okay, imagine you enter a string. It doesn't really matter what it is, just some string, and you hit this. You see what happens? It says index and length must refer to a location within the string. There you go. Okay, so close this. And that's why here you have to have -1, or you would be trying to, you know, you'll be beginning from the second character, which is index 1, at index 1, and going over the length, but that would put you beyond the actual length of the object. So that's why you have -1 here, to make sure that, you know, you're not beyond it. Alright, so that's good. And now what you want to do, of course, is debug and step into okay, now observe this behavior here. If this ever happens, click yes, that's okay. There you go. So here, while it's true, that is true. Take a look. There you go. Right, so I'll enter some text. It doesn't really matter for our purposes now. Hit enter. Notice that it's been read in. There you go. So get the first character. Get the rest of it. As you can see in the locals window, that actually does happen piece by piece. Assemble them. Display. Come down here. And notice that now it's going through the whole process of polling. You see this repeatedly? And notice it happened again. So now another string. And you can continue this process forever and ever, you see? So let me just exit this. So this code is available for you in the sidebar. You've seen a real application of whiles and this keyword true here, as you can see, and how further you can operate on strings, and further how you can clear the console window using console.clear. But that is it for this one. So thanks very much, and I will see you in another video.